We're willing to bet you've never seen this up close before. Well, maybe you have in the movie theaters. While these car stunts look impossible off the big screen, some incredible talent seen in this video shows Hollywood that they aren't the only people who can do jaw-dropping stunts behind the wheel. These stunts are probably more difficult than they look, but the drivers with many years of experience always manage to pull them off immaculately, despite how dangerous they are. Bold enough to risk their lives to put on a show, here are 10 incredible drivers that do unreal things.
You may want to close your eyes for this.
Driving on water. Okay, so we know cars plus body of water equals bad news. But a few gravity-defying drivers want to challenge you to see things in a different light. Watch how these vehicles, which weigh thousands of pounds, drive right across ponds hundreds of feet long. The experts call this hydroplaning or water skipping. We know when you hear the term hydroplaning, this isn't the first thing that comes to mind. But believe it or not, the concept is similar. But the key to pulling this stunt off is to spin the wheels at an angle along the beginning at high speed. These two factors combined turn this car into a ski boat. But one wrong move and you can kiss your car goodbye. Luckily, most drivers who compete in hydroplaning are professionals. Don't try this at home. Nothing but reverse. Driving in reverse can sometimes be a lot of work, and the average driver doesn't stay in reverse for very long. But the man in this next feature doesn't want anything to do with any other gear. Who says you have to fit in with everyone else on the road? Harpreet Dev, a taxi driver in India, is famous for his incredible reversing skills. Why reverse to parallel park when you can do it all? Harpreet is famous in the streets of India for his unique driving skills. He modified his car gear so that he could drive the maximum speed in reverse, which happens to be around 50 miles an hour. His car is also equipped with a siren to notify those around him, as he gets plenty of confused looks from the newcomers and a small group of people who still don't know him just yet. Harpreet started his backwards journey one day when his forward driving gear stopped working while he was out on the road. Stranded, with no money and no means to return, he decided his only way to escape his fate was to return home with his only option, in reverse. Successfully making it back, he grew a new liking for reverse driving and started to do it normally. 11 years down the line, he started his backwards driving taxi service, where he amassed many satisfied customers. Harpreet was named the world's greatest reverse driver. Skydiving in a car.
Oh yeah, here we go, game time.
We saw cars gliding on top of water earlier. If you thought that was the last place you'll catch a car, the next video shows the unthinkable. Cars thousands of feet in the air, falling out of planes and carrying passengers. Some bold and creative minds banded together and decided to show that this isn't too crazy to pull off. The skydivers exit the plane while seated inside the car. As the car spins and flips in the air, they eventually fly out of the car. The experience now turns into your everyday skydiving experience from there, minus the car that's on its way to the ground like a shooting star. The exhibitionists make this look fun and simple, but have assured others that this is anything but that. So again, I don't think we need to tell you, but don't try this at home. Burning forest escape. During the unfortunate event of a wildfire, a son and his father have been left with no choice but to escape the burning forest. It is quite difficult to see, and we can't even guess how hot it must have been. But this didn't stop the man from ducking the heat of all the other obstacles in the way. As he was able to escape the forest, this man deserves a round of applause. Side wheelies. Move over, motorcycles. You aren't the only vehicle that can pull a wheelie off. This stunt is seen often in Dubai, and they definitely make it look like a piece of cake. Spoiler alert, it isn't. And even though these take precise skill and concentration, the side wheelie experts surprise us even more by pulling off more tricks during the entire thing. From posing on top of the car during the stunt, or even changing their tires before they land. Guess you don't need to head to the shop after all. While the residents of Dubai put on an excellent show, we didn't mention that there are actually competitions held for side wheelies or side skiing. But because the pros made it look so easy, the competition holders had to add a twist. While we witnessed incredible tricks from drivers in Dubai, the drivers in this competition are limited to doing a side wheelie on a narrow piece of cement. As hard as it looks, the competitors have gone some crazy distances. Barrel roll. You see aircrafts doing these day by day, and nobody raises an eyebrow. Been there, seen that before. But it's a different story when cars start doing flips. Stunt coordinator Gary Powell and stunt driver Terry Grant of Jaguar tried their luck at the world record of the farthest barrel roll jump done by an automobile. Jaguar let the world know just how difficult it was to even get a car to barrel roll in the first place. But 6 months and 33 attempts later, the record was shattered by Jaguar. The car completed a 15.3 meter jump successfully and was awarded the record of the longest barrel jump in a production vehicle. Power slide parking. Parallel parking in tight spaces can really be a pain, and if you're not extra careful, you could cause an expensive mistake. But the power slide parking champions take everything but a cautious approach. They start from a distance and spin around multiple times before landing mere inches between two vehicles. Quite phenomenal if you ask us. Han Yu was one of the first to make the Guinness Book of World Records by parking his car within an 8-centimeter distance of each vehicle. Then Alistair Moffat in the UK came along in 2015 and broke the parallel parking record by a half a centimeter, with the record-breaking distance of 7.5 centimeters, about the size of a pack of gum. Ever since that day, it's been pretty tough to kick Alistair off the throne. If you thought your parking skills were good, Alistair might make you think again. Rocket League brought to life. As many of us play video games in our free time, it's pretty easy to get hooked. But sometimes the game itself just isn't enough for some people. Rather than watch the experience on the TV, others want the real deal. To bring those unfamiliar up to speed, Rocket League is a modern game that can be described as soccer in cars. Sounds like crazy talk, but in a game you don't really have to worry too much about collisions because a game is a game, right? Well, IRL, we kind of have a demolition derby situation going on. But this did not stop multiple brave souls from bringing this popular game to life. Minus the rockets and turbo boosters, but hey, humanity might not be prepared for that just yet. Heaven's Gate. One of the greatest driving challenges of all time took place in Tiamen Mountain. Land Rover took the challenge to scale the monstrosity that lies there. Beginning Formula E driver Ho Pin Tung drove a 2018 Range Rover on the trail that lies on the mountain, beginning with a 7-mile drive on a narrow road before reaching the actual challenge, which is the 99-step staircase drive to Heaven's Gate. They call it Heaven's Gate, but if you ask us, this strenuous challenge is anything but heavenly. With many sharp twists and turns along with being at a 45-degree angle the entire time, one wrong move or loss in speed would result in the SUV headed back to where it came from. But that did not happen to our bold challenger in this powerful SUV. He kept the right horsepower the entire way and did not hit anything during his turns, reaching the top and being the first driver and vehicle to triumph during the Heaven's Gate Challenge. .360 Loop. We saw the intense barrel roll that Jaguar accomplished, but their reign when it comes to cool tricks isn't over just yet. Jaguar's legacy continues with this loop-de-loop of a lifetime, previously claimed by Hot Wheels back in 2012 after they drove through an 18.29-meter loop. Guess Hot Wheels can't say they're leading the way this time, as Jaguar wanted to get their hands on this world record too. On Jaguar's 80th birthday, they wanted to celebrate by beating this record by a landslide. Performed in front of a crowd, Jaguar drove a car through a 62-meter loop more than 3 times, more than the previous record. While this looks like a simple concept, there's a bit more to it than just simply driving in a loop. You must drive at the right speed to do the deed. Drive too slow and prepare for an upside-down fall. Drive too fast, and gravity will have something to say about that too. This stunt requires just the right amount of acceleration to be pulled off, and Jaguar nailed it.